What's up, guys? It's Joel Punchers Paintball. Today, we've got Nick from God Films behind the camera helping me out today. Doug and I actually have already filmed this video, but unfortunately, there was no audio. So here I am by myself today doing the product highlight video on the CRBN SC Pro Bottoms 3.0. So if you guys like this video, make sure that you like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys after the intro. Alrighty guys, so here we are. We've got the CRBN SC Pro Bottoms 3.0. These are probably the most popular Pro Bottoms on the market. We sell quite a bit of these. You do have other brands that offer options as well, but these ones just seem to be everybody's favorite as far as comfortability and everything else like that. So a little history here. SC Pro Bottom 1.0 came out probably at least 5 years ago, and it was a change of pace from everything else on the market. There had been no such thing as like a protective bottom that protected all the way up, and it was just one unit as compared to slide shorts and knee pads. And then so that came out. CRBN really started to make a name for themselves. Then they reintroduced the SC Pro Bottoms 2.0, which is what I'm currently wearing, and those have been out for probably the last about 3 years. So this is just an improvement on what they've already done, and they've got a tried and true system with their Pro Bottoms. So we are here to kind of point out some new features on these SC Pro Bottoms 3.0. So first and foremost, you're going to notice that there is a drawstring here. So that is kind of nice for those people that maybe it's a little bit loose or maybe it slides on you a little bit. I know that like I've got my 2XLs and they do tend to slide a little bit. So it will be nice to kind of have a drawstring to tighten things up in the event that you need to. The other thing too is as these wear a little bit, they get a little bit looser with time. That drawstring will be a nice thing to make these bottoms last even longer. The waistband is very similar to previous models. You still have your crotch padding here in the middle, and then you do have some ventilation here. So as you guys can see, Nick, if you can kind of zoom in here a little bit, this is different material than this. So you've got that moisture wicking elastic polyester that's been very common with all three models of these, but you're basically getting just a better ventilation with these. You're also getting a little bit more protective padding. So this padding here for your hip is actually a little bit thicker than previous models. At least it seems like it is. And then your quadricep padding here, there's actually two different paddings here. So this outside padding is very thin, but then the main portion to protect your quadricep is definitely a lot thicker than the outside portions. And then one thing that CRBN did with the 3.0s is they made the knee protection wider, which is very, very smart on their end, because that was one of my biggest complaints with the previous models was the padding wasn't thick enough and it didn't do a great job of protecting all of your kneecap. So this does a really good job of not only protecting your patella, which is your kneecap, but it also does a good job of protecting all the way around the knee. So I think that's definitely a good improvement on their side of things. Coming all the way down, you do have your zipper, so you can let this out and it basically just allows for a little bit extra there. I do like how it tapers, but there is no drawstring at the bottom. It does a good job. I've worn the SC Pro Bottoms 1, I've worn the SC Pro Bottoms 2, and I really like how it fits all the way down my leg. You do have the CC Pro Bottoms from CRBN as well, but those kind of cut off right at the bottom of your calf. They've stuck with the, basically the moisture wicking fabric all the way down to the bottom. I think that's pretty much it as far as different features. It still offers the overlock stitching. So as you guys can see here, the stitching on this is very, very thick. Multiple different layers of stitching. I've worn mine. Granted, I don't dive a bunch, but I have, Cody wears the CRBN bottoms. Nick, I think, just picked up a pair of the bottoms.
Yep, I got the, actually, now that I'm looking at these, I got the 2s.
Okay.
So now that I'm seeing the differences, this does look a lot more just like reinforced.
Yeah.
And one thing that I noticed that's really nice about these is like mine don't have the zippers at the end. And so like sometimes when I'm like sliding or
Yeah.
diving or whatever, it'll
Yeah.
slide up a little bit. But
Yeah.
This is really nice.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So they've done a really good job with these guys. These are going to retail at a price point of $134.95. They're going to be relatively true to size. I am about a 40 waist. I wear a 2XL. There is a sizing chart on the website. So, but these are in stock, all sizes here at Punisher's Paintball, and we're really excited about these. And thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys with the next video.